Good morning, students. Today I will be discussing about the different types of internet security threats. Internet is vulnerable to different types of threats. Some of them are viruses and worms, Trojan horses, spywares, cookies, browser plugins, unauthorized access, snooping, hacking, eavesdropping, denial of service attacks, spamming and phishing. I will discuss all these in detail in the next slide. Let's start with the viruses and worms. Viruses and worms are the self-replicating programs. Self-replicating means making several copies of itself. Hence, the viruses and worms make several copies of itself to slow down the system and also damage the data that is stored in the computer system. These self-replicating programs can make the computer system completely non-functional. Viruses slows down the system operations. It deletes important files and folders. It even restarts the computer repeatedly. Many viruses can even alter the settings of your computer so that your computer may not work properly. And viruses can steal your vital information such as the user ID and passcode of your system and transmit those to some unauthorized users. Now let's discuss about the different types of viruses. The first in the list are the boot sector viruses. These viruses cause problems whenever the computer starts to boot. That means as soon as you switch on the computer and the loading screen pops up, these viruses get executed and starts to infect your system. These viruses usually reside in the hard disk. So scan your hard disk at regular intervals to isolate your system from these type of viruses. The next in the list are the stealth viruses. These viruses are very dangerous as they hide themselves from the antivirus softwares. General antivirus softwares will be unable to detect them. And then at number 3 in the list, those are the macro viruses. The term macro viruses consists of two words, macro and viruses. Out of these two, you are already familiar with the word virus, and you are now left with the word macro. So macros are just the programs that are attached with the documents. Documents can be of any type, a Word document, a presentation document, or an Excel sheet document. And there can be many more. These macro programs are there to get attached with those documents. Now let's come to the term macro viruses. These are those type of special viruses which get attached to the documents that contain the program called macro. The fourth in the list of viruses are the file viruses. These viruses get attached to the program or the data files, and once these infected files are opened, they get loaded into the computer memory, making the system much slower and thereby damaging the computer system. Now let's discuss about the next type of threat, which is a Trojan horse. The Trojan horses are a type of harmful programs which usually infects a computer network. A network can be a collection of many computers interconnected by wires. Say for example, if you have a network of 5 computers which are interconnected, and if the Trojan horse attacks any one of those computers in the network, then it easily spreads over the entire network and infects the rest of the computers in that network. In that way, a Trojan horse may be far more dangerous than a virus, as it can easily spread over a network. The next type of threat is the spyware. Never trust a spyware software, as these are harmful pieces of software that gets downloaded into a user's computer when the user tries to visit different websites. The worst part is that the user is not at all aware of the threat. Once the spyware enters into the user's system, it passes all the vital information like the user's login ID, password, credit or debit card details to the spyware owner. There has been many cases around the world where an individual's data gets hacked by a spyware.